All right. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the three types of outbursts you're likely dealing with your wife, especially when you're in deep conflict, right? In a marriage crisis. And I'm making this video because a lot of guys talk to me about conversations they're having. They just don't understand what she's saying, why she's saying these things. So I wanted to give you a framework that you can categorize any type of extreme outburst, or it doesn't have to be extreme, even major outbursts that you're experiencing from your wife. They usually will fall into one of these three categories. So the first one is venting, right? And venting is when she's just going on a rant and just telling you about everything, right? All these things happen, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't really feel like there's a point to it. And you don't really understand, like, why is she telling all this? Does she want you to do something about it? Does she not? And you're just like, what do I do with all this information? What do you need me to fix? I will go solve this problem. And that's her just letting go of everything that's been pent up from the day, right? This is her just needing to get it all out there so her mind can decompress. And you know she's venting when it's usually not about you, right? It can be about you, but it's typically not, right? It might be about her day, which you may be a part of, but the sole topic is not this, right? So an example of venting is she's having a bad day at work or somebody just upset her and she's telling you about all this kind of stuff, right? And in healthy marriages, this is usually what outbursts are. It's just her venting. And all you have to do is hang back and wait. Just let her say it all. And you'll know it's venting because at the end of it, she'll just be good. Even though nothing's changed, nothing's been solved, she's just good now. Okay. And you can go about your day. And all you have to do is sit back there and listen and engage to a certain extent, but mainly just hang back and listen. And then she feels better at the end. That's venting. Right? The next one, and this is what you typically get and when your marriage is in a good place. Now, when you start getting into crises, right, you're going to get more of these other two, right? These are going to be the predominant ones you're really going to get. She will still vent, though. Is updating. And what this is she's giving you feedback of where she is at right this moment. You probably get a lot of this. So this is her saying, like, I can't see a future with us now. I don't know where we're at. I don't know if this marriage can continue or is this marriage is done. It's over. I can't see myself with you. I love you. I'm not in love with you. Why did you do all these things? Like, these are all the ways you hurt me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She is updating you about where she is at this moment. And the key piece of this is where she is at this moment. The next moment, she may be somewhere else. So when she's updating you this, you're looking for trends, not events. You're looking for a pattern, not singular conversation. So if over a month, the updates are the same, that's where she's at, like really at. If it changes from day to day or week to week, she's in flux. She doesn't know, which is a good thing because that means either what you're doing is starting to work and create doubt, or she's not as certain as she may appear to be that she wants to end this. So you want instability here. You don't want consistency unless the updates or things are getting better. Right? If things are getting better, you want those updates. But that's update. And that can look a lot of different ways. And this is the majority. I would say when your marriage is in crisis, you might get, say, like 5% of this. Let's say 90%, especially if you're doing this on your own, 90% updating. And then the last one is going to be releasing. And what this is her letting go of that pent up resentment that she's been having. This only happens after you built up trust, emotional safety, and consistency is when you start seeing this, right? It's usually how it goes. My clients will say a message like, she just unleashed on me. But it kind of felt like it was a good thing. It kind of felt like she was able to let go of some stuff because she released the past. She released the resentment, right? And it doesn't happen all at once. It happens over time, which is why consistency is such a big deal. But she starts releasing and letting go. Because for women, they are emotionally processing through these outbursts, right? So she is emotionally letting go of the past. She is cleaning out. All you have to do is hang back. And then if you can engage and try in these moments, try to get more out of her, right? So she's saying these things. She's talking about, it hurts so bad when this happened. I can't believe you abandoned me in these moments, et cetera, et cetera. You're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. What did that feel like for you?" Get her to feel more. Get her to feel as much as she possibly can those moments, because the deeper you can get into releasing, the less she's holding on to moving forward, and the more space you're creating for your marriage to grow and recover. So what you're aiming for, and for most guys, especially if you're not actively doing the right things, you might get like 5% when you're doing this on its own. We aim for our clients to get up to like 30 to 50% of their conversations are happening on releasing, but any conversation is good. But you're aiming to create these types of conversations. And this only happens when there's trust, safety, and consistency, right? Those are the three things that create the releasing conversations. When you start showing up, mostly what you're going to get is updating. When it's updating, you just kind of have to take it on face value, not engage, not let it trigger you. Just be like, okay, I got it. No problem, right? That's just where you are. And then keep doing the work until you start getting more positive updates. As you get more positive updates, you'll see the conversation shift more to releasing. All right. So these are the three types of outbursts that you'll typically see when you're trying, or when you're dealing with a marriage in crisis, right? When your marriage is healthy, it's primarily just this. You'll get some of this other stuff, but it's primarily venting. When it's in crisis, you're dealing with more of this breakdown. So if you need help with this, you want to know how to generate more of these releasing conversations, you can use our Marriage Recovery Center down below. That's going to give you a lot of our courses and free guides on how to start making the shifts that will move the needle to these. If you're really wanting to figure out how I get her to let go of the past, she's so resentful, how I bring her the wall down, those courses are going to show you, because it's going to bring her into this stage. Okay. Awesome. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to drop comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.